So I have with me a very, very special player at this point in time. He became only the second Indian chess player in this year to join the candidates. A remarkable World Cup, a come from behind tournament success in the Swiss tournament, Grand Swiss. I have with me Vidit Gujrathi at this point. Vidit, shall I call you the comeback man? Because you faced tough circumstances in the World Cup where you just got through but lost to Abbasov in the quarterfinal. You lost the first game in Isle of Man, but then, like a phoenix from the ashes, you won the next and then you won and sealed the ticket to Toronto. If you look at this year, has this been your best year when it comes to chess?
Um, and regarding the name, comeback man for now is okay. But if I keep doing it again and again, I would prefer an upgrade to comeback king.
Well, we had the lightning kid. Now this is the comeback king. Then okay, but
No,
then
king.
comeback king.
Yeah.
But does it help? Because see, you had your moments in the World Cup. Abbasov's loss, we felt that we could have had actually three Indians in the fray,
Yep.
in the semis. But here in Isle of Man, after losing the first game, how did you condition your mind to say, okay, that's it, now I have to stay focused, I have to win the remaining games? What was your thinking after the loss in the first game at Isle of Man?
It completely threw me off. I was winning that game, so I was disappointed at that point. I remember just having my dinner by myself. I didn't want to speak with anyone, I didn't want to meet anyone. Even my trainer, I did not have a call with him at that night. I just slept because other games I prepared in the night as well. But that day I just didn't feel like it. Wanted to start afresh. And it was a big blow. In hindsight, I feel maybe it took off the pressure. Like I was no longer thinking about tournament, win, victory, whatever. Like I was playing on board 45.
Yes.
Completely irrelevant in the tournament at that point. So it took the pressure off, and then I played more freely, I would say.
Played more freely. So, the decision that has been made by the AICF, okay, today, 2 crores, I mean, for all the people who have entered the candidates, you are just 3 of them, 4th could be Koneru. Somewhere down the line, is this a template that, okay, what do chess players have the most difficult things? Sponsorship, logistics, and all that. Does this decision go a long way in ensuring that these kind of things are taken care of in the long run? Or do you think there might be even bigger challenges?
This is, of course, a big help because I was speaking to my coach while I was still on my commute to Nasik. And we were thinking, okay, we have to build a team, what will be the expenses and stuff. And I realized that, okay, it's going to be a substantial amount because the tournament is super strong. And you need to, not just 1 or 2 people, but like an entire team. And you need a lot of resources for it. And right then I got a call, just as soon as I finished the call or somewhere around that time. Before I reached home, they told me that they are planning this, and I was very grateful. So yes, this support goes a long way, without a doubt. And already I can start setting the ball rolling.
Okay, so with it, everybody knows chess is a very individual sport, but many people don't know that there is a team of seconds, a coach, the technological expenses. Can you just tell a normal chess fan, like, if you have gone to the candidates now, what is the preparation, what is the expenses that you'll have to pool on your own? Because you have to arrange for everything, right, if I am not mistaken.
Yeah.
Like from travel to logistics to arranging seconds, how many seconds?
Yeah.
Can you just tell us the procedure in a layman's term? How do you go about every tournament preparation?
So maybe I'll speak specifically for candidates, how it would be, because it's just one step away from World Championship. That's how you can look at it. On an average, people will have like 4 chess trainers seconds. The role can be different, but let's say on average 3 or 4. And there are 5 months left now. So 5 months salary for them. Plus there will be some training camps specially, so that will be an extra. So roughly, let's say average, you can say one trainer requires 5 to 6 lakh per month. So that's the training part of it. Then of course you have to cover the logistics, flight, food, take care of all the expenses. Then there are other aspects like physical trainer, mental trainer. Then you would want your family to be there because it's such important. So those logistics also.
So, with it, chess is a very individual sport, like we have often seen, but there is a lot of work that goes behind the scenes. Can you just explain to a layman, like, what does a chess grandmaster need to do when it comes to seconds, when it comes to coaches, expenses involved, logistics? In brief, can you just sum it up how it is?
Yeah, I'll speak about the candidates tournament. It's just one step away from World Championship, so it's a very high level tournament, and it requires a lot of resources. So you need a team of people helping you because just by yourself it's not enough. So let's say on an average there are 3 to 4 trainers in the team, just chess specifically, and there are 5 months left. So 5 months of salary, which would be like 5 to 6 lakhs a month, and then additional expenses during the tournament or some special training camp which you have. Then all the logistical expenses like like flights, food, and around that. Then there is technological aspect that you need a strong hardware because AI is used very often, and you need those resources. Then you would want the physical trainer, mental trainer. You would want the family there, so you can see that expenses don't end. It's like every household, there's no stop to it.
Exactly. I mean, so on an average, you may say about 80-90 lakhs for the entire tournament that you will be needing.
Oh, easily. It will be more than that.
So that is how much effort a chess player will have to really put through. And with it, as I said, the comeback king now, which you asked me to refer to, pressure. I mean, how did World Cup and Grand Swiss help you in coping up with pressure? Because often we have seen when there is pressure, it's a common misconception that Indian grandmasters sometimes buckle under pressure. But Grand Swiss and World Cup, with how Prague has done, with how Arjun's done, you've done, and also in the women's, Koneru's done on a consistent basis. Do you think now we have overcome that pressure quotient which used to trouble us in the past?
So it's like a hiker going on the mountain and he's running out of breath, and there he gets suddenly an oxygen cylinder. So it's that way. I would feel like I was running out of patience while I was getting close to the wins. I was not capitalizing all the way, so I was panting all along, and then I got this. So not just one, I think I got multiple oxygen cylinders, so now I'm quite motivated. I've got confidence back as well. Right. And also I see the peak on the, I can set my eyes on it now. So
Peak Toronto, that is.
Yeah, I mean the goal which I have, I think Toronto is not the peak. The peak is above that, but I can see the first base camp where I'll set.
Of course. So, have you been following the Cricket World Cup? If no, not surprising. If yes, tomorrow is the semi-final. As chess players, where you are absolutely equipped to handle pressure which is manifold. I mean, the pressure that you encounter in a chess game is far, far more than any other physical sport. Semi-final is one stage where the Indian cricket team's not been doing well for the past decade. If there is a mental aspect to pressure in a semi-final, knockout stage, what is your advice to how to cope up with that pressure?
I think Indian team is doing exceptionally well, like 8 out of 8. It just shows that they are very, very good. So there's no doubt about the capabilities. But it's sports. Anything can happen on that day, and it's a knockout, so it's only one chance. I've been in knockout tournaments, so I know that the pressure is different. Favorites do end up losing. Of course, I would want India to go to finals. But regarding the question, if they play freely like they have done now, I mean, India is the favorite. There's no doubt about it. And I've been following, because I like to take inspiration from all sports. So even like Last Dance, when I watched, I was very inspired by Michael Jordan. And even in cricket, I read up the stories and see that many people are hated upon, because there's so much fan following, but then they come back and then they prove everyone wrong. So I take inspiration from all of that. And regarding semi-finals, I feel India is huge favorite, and I just want them to play like how they have done, which is not easy. But one thing which is different in this World Cup is that I see the confidence level is just very, very high. As an outsider, I can feel that. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I can see that in the players. I can see that there's a lot more camaraderie, and yeah, just all that things should add up tomorrow, and then I hope they win.
Yep. So we have base camp is all in sight for Vidit now, but the peak is still a fair distance. It's Delhi dur nahi, although we are in Delhi technically. So Vidit, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for giving us insights as the comeback king, like I would like to call him now. And all the very best for candidates. And let's see if Vidit or Prag or anybody else can get a chess championship back home.
Yeah, that would be a story to write about.
Definitely. Even if you've gone to the candidates, it is a story in itself. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us in this.